Good morning. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Awan. So, YouTube, you know that I always stream in the morning from y'all and from Instagram. So, you're going to see me move my head back and forth, okay? Because I got the tablet on top of I'm sorry, I got the tablet on top of the computer. Okay, so I gotta look back and forth. I'm trying to get it together, y'all. Hopefully we don't do no struggle this morning. Okay, so what it is that we want to talk about something that every YouTuber use this concept. We want to talk about this morning. How long do we hold on to this excuse? How long do we hold on to this excuse? And I'm going to break it down for y'all real quick. And I know I started late because all the kids are back to school. So I had dropped everybody off, and I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Summer is over. Thank you. So before we start, please hit that like and subscribe button if you feel my content. If you don't feel my content, you can always keep scrolling. Okay, I don't do trolls over here. I will block you. I will block you. Any foolery, I block you. I'm not like regular YouTubers and Instagrammers. I don't keep you in my chat. I block you. Okay, I want to let you know. So don't come over here and do foolery. I like to do class. I like to give class, I like to do class, and I like to say classes in session. If you don't want to learn, keep scrolling, okay? I'm not the content creator for you if you want to troll in the comment section, okay? Because I quickly block. I don't have time for nonsense. Anya, good morning, my dears. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. So now back to what I was saying. Good morning, Brian. How's everything? It's good to see you, my brother. So, like I was saying, that how long do we hold on to this excuse? And I gotta finish it. How long do we hold on to this excuse to be how you say, to hold our brothers? Why do we hold on to this excuse to mistreat our brothers? I want to share this with you, what I mean. Hey, Linda, good morning. Hey, Skinny, good morning. So I follow a gentleman named Sir Hill Speaks. This brother content is always fire. But a couple of nights ago, he had a woman on his panel. Well, they had like a two-panel thing going on. And she was very triggering to me because the way she talked, the way she handled herself, the way she just diminished one of the men that she used to date. And I was like, wow, this is something. And she brought up this concept that all Instagrammers, all YouTubers, Facebook influencers, we use this concept all the time to justify our behavior to our Black men. Okay, we use this concept all the time to justify the behavior and the mistreatment to our brothers. We always bring up slavery. We always bring up slavery. We will say it was because he did not protect us. It was because all these bad things happened to us in slavery. And this is why we're reaping the backlash of this. Now, I want to share something with you that I don't think we quite understand. Our ancestors, right, went through slavery. We only felt the backlash of what they were taught. We only felt the backlash of what they were taught. We didn't feel the raw pain that they felt. Okay, the raw pain that could never be explained of what they felt. But how is it that after slavery, the husband and the wife still thrive together? How is it? Because that's strange if we say it was because of slavery that this is why our black sisters, our melanated sisters, mistreat black men, melanated brothers. If that's true, then how was marriage able to thrive after slavery? There's a problem here. There's a gap. Something is going on. Now, I will not dispute it was because of the government coming in and saying to all the women, we going to give you da 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 da. And when we give you this, you can't have no man in the household. Yes, he did. You right. Kevin Samuels touched on this, Skinny. You right. But when she said this at Sir Hill Speaks, when I was watching his content, because I follow this brother, I'm actually I'm a member as well, so I follow his channel. And when she said this thing, Skinny, what happened was I was like, why do we always use this? We use this as, okay, so this happened to us in slavery. So since all this happened to us in slavery, I'm just going to continue to beat the melanated brother down. I'm going to continue to talk to him like he ain't nobody. I'm going to continue to disrespect him like he ain't nothing. And then the way that she talked, and she was like, there was she had a disagreement with the man she was dating, right? This is just a scenario she put there. She had a disagreement with him. And she said he was a short NIG, you know what I'm about to say. He was a short, you know what I'm about to say. And she was like, she could have took him because they were talking about how if a woman put her hands on a man and vice versa, a man put his hands on a woman. And she was saying that a woman hit is not as forceful as a man hit. So if a woman hit a man should not hit the woman back. This is what she was saying. But what I believe is that if a woman, if first of all, a woman shouldn't be hitting on men. She should not be hitting on men because the force behind it is not fun. Do you hear me? When a man decides to treat you like you a man because you hitting him, like it's some good. So now when he decide that he about to teach you a lesson, now we want to go to our feminine place and say why you want to hit a woman. But remember, you came full raw. You came ready for war to fight me. Now, this is for educational purposes, y'all. I don't promote violence. I have to say this, y'all. Y'all know I'm monetized. So why I say this is because when she said that, oh, I could have took this, that's what she said. She could have took him because she said they were like the same height and same weight or something. And I don't believe I don't believe that that's how it played out. But this is what she said on his channel, that they were the same height, same weight, and she could have took them down. She said if her finger didn't break, she could have took him down. Now, how she justified it was that she said he was emotionally abusing her. So she was the one that threw the first hit. Okay. Now, if somebody is emotionally abusing you, right? Okay. How do you go and say, well, I hit him because he was emotionally abusing me? Why not just get away from the cat? That, you know what I'm saying? Why be bothered with him? That doesn't make sense. So I just listened to the conversation, but it was very triggering because then she brought up slavery. She said all this comes from slavery because the black man did not protect the black woman in slavery. But we always forget that our brothers was enslaved too. We were enslaved, they were enslaved too. Okay? And now the same thing that happened to the black woman in slavery is the same thing that happened to the black man. Same thing. You were the R word, he was the R word. The children were the R word. When you got strung up, he got strung up. It's the same thing. Same thing happened to both of y'all. Instead of us uniting and trying to heal, no, we continue with the gender war and we don't want to stop. Instead of us understanding that this happened to both of us. Now, this is the thing. This thing happened to our ancestors, but we hold on from the teaching that they were taught. See, everything our ancestors was taught passed down through bloodline. Okay, everything they were taught, their fears, okay, their strength, all these things were taught to us. And then things that was passed down in our lineage from our grandmothers and grandfathers that they taught us about how their grandparents were and how they lived. Okay, so we learned this from our generations. But my sisters and my brothers, can we hold on to this thing today? Why do we continue to hold on to it when we know that it brings so much pain? Don't we? And the thing is, we don't understand that if we both get together, we're stronger together. We are stronger together. But because we don't want to come to the realization that we're stronger together, we will continue to fail. This is the truth. Good morning, chocolate. We will continue to fail because we don't understand our worth. We don't understand that we're better together. Now, do I condone? And you know, all this is coming up because of the young woman who got hit in the face with a brick. All this is coming up because of this. And when she labeled the men black. Okay. So all we know in America, when you say black, you talking about African American. You're not talking about an African. Okay. You're not talking about tribal war. You understand? Chocolate said there's the black community, then there's the black woman community. Skinny, you is right, honey. You speaking. And Chocolate said, good morning, good morning. Chocolate said, let me see. Skinny said, oh, you repping it up for Chocolate. I see. Now, this is the thing, because we have been conditioned to think, and Skinny, you right. We have been conditioned to think that we are better than our brothers. That's why we talk about our men the way we do. That's why we talk about them the way we do. That's why when you see what's that heifer name? I forgot that girl name. Ebony Williams. Ebony K. Williams, when you seen her unleash all that dislike and discord out of her mouth when she was talking about black men, that is built in her. More than likely, that nonsense came from her mother. Okay. That nonsense came from her mother. All that stuff she was spewing out on social media, that black men are the less educated, that they're not good fathers and all this stuff. But yet you're the same one that's running to the sperm bank to get melanated sperm to have a baby. You're the same one because you need a copy of you. And because you don't want to submit to the melanated brother, you got to go pay about $80,000 to get his sperm. Do that make sense? Does that make sense? That does not make sense. But because first of all, and I'm going to share this with y'all, and a lot of y'all women going to be mad with me when I say this, but we are the black man's worst enemy. We are his worstest enemy. We his problem. It's not even, the world is already his problem, right? The world got some issues for him too. But since we in the same camp, we his problem. We have never came to the realization that we in the same camp. When you see police pull melanated people over, right? The same way they will do our brothers, they will do you too. They will do you too. Okay. And because we don't understand this, we think that we think we a bed wench. We think we a bed wench to Zaddy, that Zaddy will always be there to protect us, and Zaddy is the government. We think we a bed wench to Zaddy. We think that no matter what we do, Zaddy gonna come save you. But you know who is supposed to come save you? He's conditioned to save you. From birth, he's been conditioned to save you. He's been conditioned to love you. From birth, he's been conditioned to love you. But because you don't reciprocate this back, we got this gender war. Now, who am I talking about that he's conditioned to love you? Who am I talking about when I said he is, first of all, you are his first pick? I'm talking about the black men. You are his first pick. We are conditioned to love each other. Do you understand what I'm saying? But because Zaddy comes in the picture, the government, okay, Zaddy comes in and say, baby, I got everything for you that you need. Come to me. And so now we go to Zaddy and be his bed wench instead of being the black man's wife. We rather be a bed wench, okay, than be a black man's wife. And this is the pain that we have been putting on ourselves for years. This is the nonsense that we just continue to keep preaching to our daughters. Because you will sit up here and say, I don't need no man. I don't need him. I could do whatever I want to do. I'm my own boss, right? But yet you will go up to welfare and tell them all your business. But yet you will go up to WIC and tell WIC all your business. You will go to housing authority and tell housing authority all your business. And you will respect them when you up there because you know you're trying to get something from them. So you got all these branches from Zaddy that you gotta respect them, because if you don't respect them, you're not gonna get your assistance. But all this assistance that you're getting, this is the black man. Do you hear me? The black man is supposed to be this. Do you hear me? He's supposed to be this. This is the one that you're supposed to go to and explain to when you have done something. This is the one that you go to when the bills and the light and the gas is due, and show him, honey, this is how much is due. And then he reciprocates and say, baby, this is what it is. This is what it is. You hear me? But because we always want to just run to Zaddy because Zaddy has been put as your savior. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I said it. He has been put as your savior. Okay. We decided that we don't need the black man. So that's why it's so easy for us to ridicule him in public. That's why it's so easy for us to disgrace him online, because you don't need him. That's what you say. You don't need him. I don't need him. I don't need him. He ain't nothing to me. He can't do nothing for me but get this twat wet. That's what y'all say. Okay? But in the next breath, if something bad happened, okay? If something bad happened, you will run to the nearest black man that you see and say, come save me. So make it make sense, baby. Either you want him or you don't want him. Make it make sense. Chocolate said you don't need the black man. But when the black man packs up his bags and flies overseas, you have a problem with it. All right, Chocolate, you speaking it. Isaiah, what's going on, honey? It's good to see you. Isaiah on my YouTube, it's good to see you, sir. Black Man Unfiltered, good morning. I have a gift for your show. Oh, sir, thank you. I appreciate it. Mrs. She said, good morning, sister. How are you, my dear? It's good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. So Skinny said, this breakfast had, wait a minute. This breakfast is hard to digest today, but I'm still chewing it. Okay, Skinny, I hear you. Skinny said, okay, Chocolate laughing at you. Good morning, Auntie. Good morning to you, my dear. It's good to see you. Isaiah says, hey, lady, I will you have or have, oh, have a great day. You too, my dear. Have a great day as well. Okay, good morning, Tracy. Hello, how are you, honey? So now, only why I'm going down this rabbit hole with y'all this morning is because I watched Sir Hill Speaks and this content triggered me. I even told him, sir, this content triggered me because us melanated sisters will always use, still winning, good morning, sir. Us melanated women will still use slavery as the mechanism to say we have to disrespect the black man. Okay? That's what we do. That's what we say because it helps to destroy him. And I'm going to share something with you. If you keep pushing something away, like say if okay, God is trying to send you a blessing. He's trying to send you a blessing. God trying to give you something, but it's hard. It's hard to get it. I'm trying to break it down for y'all. So God trying to give you a blessing, but it's hard to get it. He needs you to work at it. You got to put some effort into it, right? But you keep saying, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. You keep pushing it away. I don't want it because I got to work hard for it. I don't want it, right? But the thing that you trying, God is trying to give you something that you got to work hard for. But this is the blessing. But the one where Zaddy just lay his hand out and say, baby, come get what you need. This is the one you keep snatching. This is the one you keep snatching because it's easy to grab, right? It's easy to grab. It's easy to take it. But this comes with a price. And you know what the price is? The price is your children. That's the price. All these programs and everything, this is the price. There's a price. Guess what the price is? Your children. Your children is the price. Because from you pushing away and telling a black man, the melanated man, I don't need you. I never needed you. You are nothing. Okay? I will always have without you. Okay? I never needed you. So when you say all these things, to our brothers, Zaddy loves that. Do you hear me? He loves that because you will go to our melanated brothers and have babies with them, right? But you will pick jesters. You won't pick kings. So now those same children will come over to Zaddy and Zaddy will raise these children. Zaddy will raise these children. They will be on all types of assistance. Zaddy will raise these children. And then you know what happens? Because the melanated king is not in the home, the children grow up all rotten. They grow up rotten. And then what happens? Where they got to go to? They got to go to Zaddy because they were raised rotten. And why they was raised rotten, mama, is not because, it's not all just because of the way you raised them. It was their surroundings. Do you hear me? It was their surroundings where you live. Do you hear me? And also it was because, mama, since there was no king in the home, you was always working. You was always working, so you never were home with these children. So now what happened? The streets raised them. Their friends helped them. Some of their friends came from drug homes, and mama, you might not have drugs in your house at all, but some of their friends came from drug homes. So some of those kids was doing drugs and then started talking to your kid about drugs. And because you didn't train your kid about drugs, your kids start doing drugs. And then what happens? This thing just keep graduating. It just keep graduating. And then what happens? The kids end up with zaddy. Where do they end up at? They end up in prison. The girls and the boys. And what do? All they did was go home to their daddy. Because Zaddy is the one that gave you all these programs, baby. Zaddy is the one who paid your bills, baby. Zaddy did all this. So Zaddy is the daddy. So now when they end up in prison, all they did was go home to their daddy. Black Man Unfiltered said, I created a fire intro or outro, a gift for all the great work you are doing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Because you know, I don't know how to do that stuff. I just get on here and start running my mouth. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Isaiah said, I had my grandpa. Thank God for my life and my family. Amen. That's right. And Harris Trimedia said, good morning, sister. Salute to the chat. Good morning, sir. Salute to the chat. Thank you so much. So now, okay. And Skinny said, step zaddy. Yes, honey. That's what happened. That's what happened. But do Black women have the right to blame Black men for not having protection during slavery? Do we really know how many slave revolts happened in the US? We only know what they tell us. Yes, we only know what they tell us. We don't know how many slave revolts happened here. We don't know how many National Guards and Army they had to bring to calm us. We don't know. We don't know how ruthless our ancestors was. Remember, our ancestors come from lineages, kings, warriors. They come from, I don't even understand what I'm trying to say. But our ancestors come from raw power. You understand what I'm saying? They come from raw power. Okay, they come from the Garden of Eden. Do you understand what I'm saying? They only tell us small things about what happened here in America. They don't tell everything. You will hear, oh, they had 1 or 2 slave revolts. They didn't fight. We only hear that. That's not true. That's not true. It's not true. And because we don't research, we don't want to look for stuff, we think that our men did not fight. We think that our men just laid by and let all these bad things happen to us. No. Some of them, some of our ancestors did war. They waged war on this land. Some of them waged war on this land because they did not want this. But what happened? The ones who captured us came full force to subside it. But they don't want to tell that part. They don't want to tell it because, why they don't want to tell it? Because they're scared. They're scared that we will learn the truth. That's why they don't tell it. I'm not trying to start no problems, but this is true. This is why they don't tell it. Because they don't want us to know how our ancestors fought together. They don't want us to know how our kings and queens were fighting together on this land so that they can be free. Now, when it took them first of all, let me share something with y'all. Let me share something with y'all. They had to say all those things to us to break us. They had to say and teach us that our men are not strong, that our men couldn't do anything, that they never was nothing. They had to teach us that. Don't you know some of our ancestors' blood cry out because the way we handle our relationship between our men, us and our men. Okay. They first of all, they cry out. They cry out because of the nonsense that we have done. They cry out. That blood cry out, honey, because the way we treat our men, that blood cries out. We think we doing the right thing because we want to say our men didn't protect us. They didn't do anything. Do you know how many revolts happen here on this land? Do you know? You don't even know how many men let themselves get captured in Africa because they thought they would get over here with their family. And some of those men that got captured were warriors. And some of them said, when we get on this land, we taking everybody down with us. And they said, we going to look for our families. Do you know how many of our ancestors did that? Some of our ancestors that they picked up on those boats, some of those boats didn't even make it where they supposed to go. They didn't make it, honey. Some of those boats had to go down. And our ancestors decided that they will go down and we will go down with it because we will not be enslaved. So we have to stop blaming. We have to stop blaming Black men and say, this is why I treat you the way I do. This is why I mistreat you the way that I do. Because of slavery. Why do we always make this and say and like try to justify it? First of all, listen to me, y'all. Our ancestors were strong. I don't care what anybody say. They were strong. I don't care what any celebrity say. Our ancestors were strong. They were strong, honey, because if you got to stand there and watch your wife be the R word, you got to stand there and watch your daughter be the R word. You got to stand there and watch your son be the R word. You got to stand there and watch your husband be the R word, baby, and you can't fight. You are strong. Do you hear me? You are strong. None of us would have survived that. Do you hear me? None of us psychologically, none of us could survive that. Somebody tell you right now they're going to do all that nonsense to your family. Baby, there will be a problem, honey. There will be a problem. There will be no, oh, I'm in shackles that you could keep me. There will be a problem. How you think your ancestors felt in that time? How do you think? Some of them, there was a lot of slave revolts, but because they don't teach it, we don't believe it. Nobody wants to go check. Nobody wants to go read. Nobody wants to say anything. They just believe that Black men just let their families get decimated. And that was not true. That was not true. We blame the Black man for everything. Now, let me share something with y'all. There are some Black men, and I will not sit up here and say all Black men are good, but there are some Black men that are saboteurs, okay? There are some, we even have them in social media. There are some that are saboteurs, that they don't even belong to our lineage. There are some that are jesters, that don't belong here at all with us. But then you have some that are kings. And I'm glad to share this internet space with them. Okay? Black Man Unfiltered. Okay? Sir Hill Speaks. Mr. He said, I am glad to share this space with these brothers. Kosher. Because some you meet that are kings and they know who they are. But some we got jesters in this space. Some we got saboteurs in this space. And they feed this concept that some women will get up here and say because of slavery. Because of slavery. This is why we mistreat our men. Because they didn't protect us. Who told you they didn't? Who told you they didn't protect you? Yes, all those bad things happened to you, but did they talk about how many wars was waged on this land by black men? Did they talk about that? Did they talk about how ruthless black men said, I'm tired and I will decimate everything that come in my way? Did they talk about that? They did not. They did not. They made it seem like our brothers was weak. And all we do is hold on to this. We hold on to it to justify the mistreatment and the disrespect that we give to our brothers. Now, am I sitting up here talking about that all men are good? No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. Are all women good? No, I'm not saying that either. But the ones that want the right order, the ones that want to be in the order, the natural order, baby, you are welcome to my channel. You are welcome. But if you don't want to be in the natural order, baby, kick rocks. Get off my channel. You don't even have to follow me. You don't need to be here. Kick rocks. If you a saboteur, kick rocks. Okay? Bounce. Get off my page. All right? All I'm saying is that a mindset needs to be changed. We have to stop blaming. If we learn to get together, it will change. Our culture will change. But because we continue to blame our melanated brothers, my sister, we're going to talk about you real quick because we always blame our brothers. But I'm going to add this to you. You say that the black man did not protect the black woman in slavery, but the black woman didn't protect the black man either. If you was a bad wench, if your ancestors was bad wenches, the ancestors was telling the slave masters when some slaves were trying to leave. Okay? Let's call a spade a spade. Some of y'all was turncoats. Okay? Some of y'all women were turncoats. Okay? Let's call a spade a spade. If you're saying that black men didn't protect y'all, some of y'all was running y'all mouth to the master, telling the master because the master was feeding you good. Okay? You was his bed wench. You was sleeping with the master. You was having children with the master. And then secretly you loved the master, even though he whooped you sometimes. Let's talk about it. Even though he whooped you sometimes to let you know that you just my hoe. That Caucasian one that's up there on that banister, on that walkway at the top of the house, that's my wife. You just my hoe, okay? You don't get no privileges. And those children that you born for me, when my wife couldn't have kids, those kids belong to her because the kids look Caucasian. The kids didn't even know you were their mama. That's why they were disrespectful to you. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We want to talk. We want to get blame. We got to get blame all the way around. We got to get blame all the way around, honey. Everybody got to get in the blame. Everybody is responsible. But if we could get past this, if we could get past it, things will be better for our community, because we hold on to this. We hold on to this and we don't want to let go. It does not make sense. You cannot justify what happened to both of us and you blame one. If we going to take blame, both of us got to take blame. Both of us got to be responsible. Both of us got to take the blame. If you just going to blame me, the black man, you just going to blame the black man because he did not protect you during slavery, then mama, we going to blame you for being a bad wench. That's what we going to do. We going to blame you for sleeping with the master and had all those kids with the master. And then anytime one of the slaves was trying to leave, my dear, you ran and told the master. We going to blame you too. Y'all don't want to hear that. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Y'all not ready. Y'all don't want to hear it. Y'all want to hear it. Y'all not ready. Y'all just want to blame. Y'all just want to blame him only. And so we live with this guilt. How are you, my dear? It's good to see you. Thank you for tuning in, my dear. Thank you so much. I've been watching your content too. Your content is fire, honey. I like that brick gate. That was funny. That was so funny. Thank you, honey, for tuning in this morning. So now, all I'm saying is that this does not make sense. We have to get out of this. We really do. Chocolate said, I've been ready. Chocolate, go sit down, Chocolate. I'm done. Go sit down. All I'm saying is that we have to stop. Hello, Kevin. How are you? We have to stop blaming our men for this atrocity. Malik, good morning. We have to stop blaming them. This thing happened to both of us. So this is the time to heal. Hug your brother. This is the time to heal. We tired of fighting. This is the time to heal. Hug your brother. Kiss your brother. Tell him, I know we've been through the same thing and we're going to get better, but we're going to get better together. We're going to get better together. Now, I want to share something with you. There are going to be some sisters. There's going to be some sisters that's some bad wenches, okay? We're going to have some saboteurs, okay? We're going to have some jesters in our bloodline. We're going to have some. And these are the ones we weed out. You got to weed these ones out. All these Instagrammers and influencers that don't mean us no good, we got to weed them out. We got a lot of bad wenches on the woman's side, honey. We got a lot of them all on social media. They famous too. Okay? And we got a lot of jesters on the men's side too. And they famous too. Some of them doctors. Okay? We got to get rid of them. We got to get away from them. We got to get away from their content. We got to start going to the brothers that make sense. We got to start going to the sisters that make sense on social media. Because, baby, I'm going to share something with you. If your content sound crazy, I don't follow you. If your content don't make sense and you ain't landing, I do not follow you. I do not. You will not get me on your show. I will not come on your show if your content don't make sense. I'm not one of those influencers that everybody got to see me. If your stuff don't make sense, I will not go to your show. I will not. I will even run it by my king and tell my king, and then I'll say, honey, what you think? And when he say to me no, when he say no, I say no. And I dare one of them to say to me, oh, you listen to everything your husband say. Yes, I do. I will quickly tell you, yes, I do. I listen to everything my husband tell me to do. And people will laugh and say, oh, you a pick me. I am a pick me, but I was picked a long time ago. Black Man Unfiltered, sir, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. We are going to do a show called The Biggest Threat to the Black Man is the Bad Wench. Oh, that's nasty. Why you always playing son? That's nasty. I want to be on that one. Please put me on that one. I want to be on that one, please. I have some stuff to say. So all I'm saying is that think about it, y'all. Think about it. We blame our brothers for everything. Not all of them are jesters. Some of them are kings, but you're not looking in the right place. Yes, honey, they call me a pick-me, honey. Yes, they do. It's okay. I'm not offended. Oh, you said, Tracy, you said, how do I tune in? Okay, so you see the gentleman above you that put the $5 super chat. All you got to do is type Black Men Unfiltered Network and just start following him. Press the bell so it'll start following him, but make sure it says notification for everything. And then you'll get to see all his content. Brother, content is fire, honey. So now, that's all I'm trying to say. I know that I hit a lot of marks today, but we have to go deep into this because we sit up here and we just blame. Oh, Merchant, you know what you got to do, Merchant? You said, I want to get some of your shirts. Thank you, honey. You got to come to my YouTube page, right? And then you're going to scroll along the top, right? Scroll along the top and you'll see it'll say store. And then it'll connect you to all the merchandise. They got some nice stuff there. They did a good job. And the artist who did my logo and everything, her hands are blessed. She did a wonderful job. And she got more stuff coming out for me as well, you know. And I thank God for her. She did a wonderful job on 2 of them already so far. So now, all I'm saying is that if we want to blame, we have to do the blame all the way around. We have to do the blame all the way around. It cannot just be Black men are to blame because of the mistreatment that we went through in slavery. We cannot blame him for the insecurities that we have. There are things that happen to our bloodline and our lineage that we will never understand. But we cannot just keep blaming the Black man for everything. We have to calm down. We need each other. We need each other to survive. And until you get this in your psyche, honey, you're going to always be in trouble. You're going to always be in trouble. We sit up here and we blame our men for everything. Every little thing that happened, we blame them. But remember, my sister, you picking them. You picking these type of men. And all you doing, when you pick the wrong men, okay? When you pick jesters, all you doing is helping Zaddy prison system. That's all you doing. You see how I put all that together earlier? All you're doing is helping Zaddy prison system. But when you have children with a king and you raise these kids, Zaddy does not win. His prison system doesn't win. Because those kids don't even want to see prison because they got a king that's going to take it to him if he find out any foolery that they doing. I want to chop in. I want us to chime in on something real quick. I watched something on Instagram yesterday. A young 14-year-old boy, Skinny, you doing too much today. A young 14-year-old boy tore his mother's house apart. Tore this house apart, y'all. Broke everything. Ripped up everything, all because she took away his phone. Did y'all hear me? Did y'all hear what I said? She took away his phone. Yes. Oh, you put Crimson Cure in there. Go ahead, Skinny. Yes, I follow Crimson Cure. I follow that sister. Her content is always fire. I love her content. So all I'm saying is that this young boy tore this house apart. Why did he tear this house apart, y'all? Why did he tear this house apart, y'all? There was no king in the home. Do you think the king would have let this boy tear this house apart? First thing, if he would have mumbled under his breath, you would have seen the king sprint from the lazy boy, because I've watched my husband do this. Sprint from the lazy boy, and you will see somebody just fly past you going up to the stairs. Because my husband don't like when they slam the door. If they get an attitude, they slam the door. You'll see my husband sprint from his lazy boy all the way upstairs, and you'll see him in a flash, like just a flash just ran past you. And then he quickly asked them, "Do you pay mortgage in this house?" And they scared, they terrified, they see him like right there. And they be like, "No, daddy." And he be like, "Okay, don't shut this so-and-so door. Don't shut this door. Close it nicely. Close it nicely." And I'll be down here laughing. And the kids be like, "Mama, you always, every time daddy say something," I'm like, "That's not my business. That's between y'all and the owner's manual." That's between y'all and the owner's manual. Anytime they got something to say, I'll be like, "That's between y'all and the owner's manual." See, if the owner's manual live in the household, okay? If he lives in the household, now see, you'll have a lot of women on social media. You don't need no man to raise a baby. You don't need no man. You can do everything by yourself. Let me share something with you. It's true. You don't need a man to raise a baby. You don't. You can raise the baby on your own. But you know what happened? It depends on how the child turned out. That's the thing. It depends on how the child turned out. The child can turn out to be a monster or a titan. And if you have a king that is raising this child has no choice but to turn out to be a titan. Okay? He has no choice. He or she has no choice but to turn out to be a titan. Now, some women will say, "Oh, well, I know friends who was raised with their parents, both of their parents, and they still ended up messed up." I'm going to share with you why I say that. I'm ready to share with you why I say that. Okay? And why they think that sounds smart. All that tells me is that the daddy was a jester. The daddy was a jester. He has never been a king. He doesn't know how to govern. The wife governs everything, and that's why the children are like they are, and the children don't respect the daddy. That's why. So I'm tired of y'all using that excuse all the time. "Oh, that's why the children are like that." Because look at that. She was raised with both parents and she still wound up messed up. That's because the daddy don't know who he is. That's because the daddy has no authority in the household. He's a jester. He's not a king. And a king don't have to be macho and he doesn't have to be some ghetto hood. He does not. A king can be humble and quiet until you touch his lineage, and then you see all hell break loose. And my king is like that. He's very calm. He's just a calm man. If you look at him, he's so nice. He just have a good heart until you do some nonsense. Until you do some nonsense and you say some foolery to him, and then he got to correct you, and he has no mercy when he has to correct you. He has no mercy. He will just give it to you the way it is. That's how he is. Okay? That's how he is. He's so calm, just the nicest man. You lay under him, he's good. You touch on him. But when the time comes for him to give the correction, baby, be ready. Be ready. Keep your face on. Keep your face on. Make sure your mouth is closed. Don't say nothing. Don't go back and forth. There's a problem. There's a problem. My husband don't do that back and forth. There's a problem. Okay? I'm only telling y'all this is from experience that I know that there's a problem. So now, yes, yes, you can raise these children alone. But you know what happened? You get those sons that tear up all the whole house. The woman took the phone from her son. He tore up the whole house, honey. Broke up everything, honey. Put holes in the wall, everything. Broke up the toilet. I seen the toilet seat. All that broke up because she took the phone. But if it was a king in the household, even if the door was slammed, honey, you would have seen the king sprint from the lazy boy and ran all the way upstairs to get that boy. And then this is the thing that always make me laugh when my husband do this. He'd go to their room if they doing some nonsense. He shut the door, and I'm right outside the door. He shut the door. He said, "I got to talk to my offspring real quick," and he shut the door. And then you hear this, "No, Daddy, no." That's what you hear. Okay, is that my business? That's his offspring. He taking care of his business. Okay, he taking care of his business. And sometimes it's just talking. Sometimes it's just talking. All right. It's just that they have that respect for their father. They love their father. So they never want to hear, I'm going to tell you the worstest thing that hurt my children when I say this. When they do nonsense in school, if one of them do nonsense in school, you know what I say to them? You act nothing like your father. Yeah. And I say it so low. And sometimes I whisper it in their ear and you will see their whole face like shut down. They'll be so sad because they have their father on this pedestal of how great he is and how good he is. And that comes from the mama as well, because the mama is praising the father too in front of them. So they know their father is a good man because the mama praised their daddy. Okay? All right? And this is the truth. So when I say to them, you act nothing like your father, that breaks them. That breaks them. And they will tell me, Mama, that's not true. I said, no, that's true. Your daddy don't act like that. That's what I said. You act nothing like him. Go sit down. And they'll be hurt. They'll be sitting there thinking about why she say it like that. Why she say that? Yeah. See, I use something that my mother did to me when I was young. I used the same thing that my mother did to me, but I turned it around on my children. Like my mother used to say to me, you look just like your damn daddy. I can't stand your daddy. You look just like his black so-and-so at. She used to say that. So when I was young, anytime I made her mad or I did something that wasn't good in school or I didn't listen to her, she would say that to me. Or either when she got that, when she got a little tipsy or whatever on that Bacardi, she would tell me, you look just like your damn daddy. Now, could I help that my daddy mistreated her? Okay. Could I help that she was the side chick? I couldn't help that. That wasn't my fault. But I would get blamed for it that she was the side chick. Okay. I would get blamed for it. So that's why she would say, you look just like your damn daddy. So when I tell my children that they look like their daddy, or when I say to my children, you act just like your daddy, my kids, they get excited. They look at me and they even tell me, I know I act like them. Just like that. I even laugh. I'm like, oh, so you know. And then they tell me, and I ain't ashamed. I ain't ashamed, mama. I say, okay, go on with yourself. Go on with yourself. That's what I say. And they laugh. You see how you turn a negative into a positive? Mama, you might not have grown up with your daddy. But should your children have to go through the same thing? Should your kids have to go through the same nonsense that you went through, mama? No. It's time for us to take accountability for the nonsense. If you laying down with jesters, how do you think somebody's supposed to govern over you? A jester can't grow. A jester cannot govern over you because he is a fool and a jokester. So when you run around here and have these babies by jesters, you ain't gonna get nobody to help you raise these kids. You're not gonna get nobody. He not gonna want to. But when you have a baby by a king, he gonna marry you and he gonna raise his children. Take heed to the message. Everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all take it easy. Much love to y'all all. I want to let you know that I have merch, okay? Now, I do not sell the product. Do you hear me? YouTube got their own thing going on, okay? Now, from what I'm told, the material of the shirts and the hoodies are amazing. The material, the material of the mugs and everything, and the printing is amazing. But I do not ship out this stuff, okay? I do not. Anything you want to take up, you want to take up with the channel that does it. So when you go to my store, when you go to my YouTube channel, scroll along the top and it'll say store. It'll say store or shop, okay, at the top. You hit that link, okay, and it will bring you to all the stuff, all the merch that I sell, okay? I got two sayings up there. I got to get more, but the stuff is hot. It's different colors. They got pink, orange, all this stuff. They changed the shirts and the hoodies. It's amazing, okay? They got black as well, okay? So they got all this stuff there. Y'all can go check it out and buy merch. And I brought the prices down on my side to make it cheaper because I didn't want y'all to be paying for no expensive hoodies and all this stuff. That didn't make no sense. So I only make like a few pennies on top of the money that they make because they make the lion's share since they ship everything out and all the product come from them. So I didn't want to kill y'all pockets. So I dropped it on my side. So y'all go and shop and just enjoy. And also I have subscription on Instagram and YouTube. I think YouTube is $1.99 or 99 cents to $1.99 in subscription. And in Instagram, it's only 99 cents. So if you want to subscribe, you get videos from me that other people don't see. Also, you get to talk to me as well, that I will answer you in my chat, all these things. And I always acknowledge you in all my chats and in my lives as well. So y'all come and support a sister if you can. And if you can't, that's fine too. Like and subscribe to the channel. Also, I have a Cash App if you want to donate to my channel to get me more equipment. And that's about it, y'all. If you want to donate, if you can't, that's fine too. I will put the Cash App in the comment section on YouTube and also Instagram. It's always under the videos that I do the lives. It's never under the reels because the reels are to bring y'all to me. The lives are to just give y'all a show. Okay. Merchant, you said, what's the channel? So it'll say, take heed to the message. And then you'll see me in the scarf. Just look for the scarf, baby. Take heed to the message. All right. Everybody have a wonderful day. And guys, thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate that. Black Man Unfiltered, thank you so much for coming to see me today. Also for the Harris Tribe Media, nothing but love to y'all both. Guys, please make sure you tune into Black Man Unfiltered Network on YouTube. Also, for the Harris Tribe Media, please make sure you tune into their content as well. Harris Tribe Media group on YouTube. And also, Mrs. She Said has her own channel as well. So it's Mrs. She Said, and her content is fire, honey. Content is fire. Mr. He Said has his own channel as well. Content is fire as well. Very educational and funny too. Also, please tune in to Sir Hill Speaks. Love his content. Brother always have different people up there. So it's amazing, honey. So Malik, you said see you tomorrow. Yes, honey, I will see you tomorrow. More than likely it's gonna be around the time 9:30, y'all. Excuse me, 9:30, y'all, because the kids back at school. So I gotta make sure everybody in school before I start this live. So no more early morning lives, y'all. Probably maybe just the weekends if I can while they sleep. But everybody have a wonderful day, y'all. Take it easy. And thank you for coming down to chop it up with me. All right, y'all. Instagram, I'm gonna let you out first, baby. YouTube, have a great one. My foundation, y'all doing amazing over here because y'all done hit 10K. Merchant, thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me see. Thank you for becoming a member of my channel. I greatly appreciate that. Nothing but love, my dear. Thank you. Maddie says good morning. Nobody can a child by themselves. Nobody carry the child by themselves. The streets help you, good or bad. They help the father. This is a song that says one monkey don't stop no show, but Bam Boom can't do it alone. Okay, I don't understand, Maddie. But you trying to say one monkey don't stop a show. Okay, that's a conversation for another day, baby. When I put it out there, we gonna do a little talk, okay? Because one monkey don't stop a show. But I'm gonna share something with you. If you don't raise these children with their father, if you don't raise these children under a king, honey, you're gonna have nightmares in your household. You're gonna have monsters in your household. You talking to a woman who has a 29-year-old. And the rest of my children are younger in age. But you talking to a woman who have a 29-year-old, and I know the heartache and pain that he felt because I didn't choose wisely. And from the decisions that I made, this child won't say peep to me. Even though I raised him the best way I could, and I gave him everything under the sun. But because the one thing I didn't give him correctly was a father. I'm paying for it now. So we'll talk about it another time, Maddie. You have a great day. Marjorie said, real talk, sister. Real talk to you, my dear, as well. Everybody have a great day. Much love to you all.